This weekend, the January 6th committee is now preparing its final report in the committee's final weeks.
And their final interview this past week, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, the result of this July interview you saw right here on Up Front. And what was that conversation like?
It's one of those that it's very consistent. He makes his case, which I respect. He would like us to do something different in Wisconsin. I explained that it's not allowed under the Constitution.
Vos, for the first time, revealing that phone call between him and former President Donald Trump, where Vos says Trump again pressured him to decertify the results of the 2020 election.
Now, in a statement after the deposition, Vos said, quote, "I did not have any involvement with the events of January 6, 2021. My meeting with the select committee was brief, and I answered their questions regarding Wisconsin's 2020 presidential election," end quote. Here's ABC News' political director, Rick Klein.
What was the importance of that, do you think?
I think it's pretty telling. It tells you something about the holes they still see. The January 6th committee knows it's going away at the end of the month. They want to tie up as many loose ends as possible. And one of the things that I think has still been a little bit unanswered is, really the intricacies of the efforts at the state level to try to send false slates of electors to Washington. That gets to a potential criminal conspiracy that I think the January 6th committee has hinted around the edges of.
What should we expect in these final 4 weeks in terms of the final report and any potential recommendations?
Yeah, they're going to be up under a lot of pressure to release this. As I said, it goes away at the end of the year, and I think it gives them about 3 weeks before Christmas to come back with a final text report, maybe another hearing, although I think that becomes less likely as the time goes by. And I think the key question that really hasn't been answered yet about whether there is a final series of recommendations to the Justice Department.
Vos initially filed a federal lawsuit trying to block the subpoena.
Well, up next, a cheesy White House affair.